Hey assholes, welcome to Patriarchal Bastards episode 6. I'm here with the two dicks of the six, Sharkfoot and Scumbag, also known as Cuntbag or Cumbag.
Love how you say his name without any extra nicknames attached to it. That's I know your favorite now.
That's nepotism.
Yeah, I know you support your brother here, your brother from another mother that you actually. Well, I won't say what you guys do. I'm a better person than you.
Well, dude, you gotta understand. I have
ruin your representation. We're ruining your rep. If people knew.
I have to help the retarded people out and things like this and build them up. So.
Okay.
Sharkfoot's mentally handicapped. A lot of people don't know that who watch the videos and listen to the podcast. They don't know that about Sharkfoot. They think he's a normal guy, but he's not quite crazy. He's more like Leonardo DiCaprio and Gilbert Grape. You know, that's the way to see it. So, welcome to this newest episode. I'm glad to be here with the two bastards, and we got a lot of stories to cover. So, guys, how have you been this week? Anything happen?
Nope.
No, not really. Pretty boring life.
Other than what you told me about Naked Ape, yeah.
Oh yeah, did you hear about the scumbag? I guess Naked Ape, he got two strikes, content strikes. So I guess if he gets another one, and then they shut down AIU's channel. I guess they're all getting those. They're not getting copyright strikes. They're getting the community guidelines ones, which for hate speech and stuff. Which on YouTube, I don't know what the fuck that means, but it certainly scares me because I'm like, shit, my content's not that.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Illuminati.
Well, my content's not that different from some of those guys, like the harsher content.
You know, I don't want to comment on it because I don't really watch either of those people, so I really don't have any personal stake in it. But those two channels are also two of the more like volatile ones, the ones that are always starting shit. It seems like AIU is the whole doxing thing,
extreme.
And Naked Ape is just sounds like a man-child, honestly. So I don't think it's widespread outside of those two. So I wouldn't worry, but do what you want.
Yeah, I agree with you that they're definitely the extreme ends of the spectrum when it comes to that stuff. Like, I mean, I still think they should be able to make content. Maybe AIU, not so much, but
AIU preached some pretty dangerous stuff with that doxing. That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
That's not like it's just dangerous speech. That's like dangerous because it could lead to someone's death or serious injury.
Yeah, and Naked Ape, I think, just says offensive stuff as, like, humor, but I get why that would... But I still think, yeah, once YouTube starts doing that, but... Yeah, I'm not quite in that category, but it does make me scared a little bit, because it's like, I don't know. It's because it does seem random. It's just like you get these strikes, and then... they say it has hate speech or something like that, and then it's like, are you never gonna do that to a Lacey Green video, or the MTV News video? Is that gonna get those... Is MTV News getting that stuff? For being racist?
Dear white people.
Dear white people. Alright, so let's talk about the first big story, and this was pretty much the big story of the week, and everyone kept talking about it. Jontron is a white supremacist Nazi, basically. He was on a debate recently with the YouTuber Destiny, who I fucking hate, who does these awful fucking streams and is just unfunny and uninteresting. But anyway, they came on and debated, and Jontron came on and basically said a bunch of... I mean, I'd like to defend him, but he did say a bunch of really dumb racist stuff. And it's kind of tough to defend him. Like, I want to be on the side of, like, Jontron! But, yeah, did you guys, either one of you, follow this? Because it's been all over the web. And... I
heard John about I didn't hear what Jontron said, but I heard that he said some stupid things and wasn't really well organized.
I just heard about it today, actually. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I heard him on a live stream not that long ago with Sargon and all them after the PewDiePie thing. And, you know, he was pretty red-pilled on there. You know, he was talking about, like, you know, he was talking shit of feminism and stuff. But, yeah, recently he's got this obsession with, like, white genocide or something in the U.S., and he thinks, like, minorities are taking over America or something. It seems to be that way. I mean, I don't think Jontron's a racist or anything. I just think... I don't know. Well, let's read some of his quotes and we'll get that. Okay, here's some things Jontron said in regards to black people. Well, I don't know if these arguments can hold up decade after decade. There was like 18-year-old people who are commenting a disproportionate amount of crime, committing a disproportionate amount of crime, and they were born after me. So how do you explain that? Is that Jim Crow? Nobody wants to get into the realistic things. They just want to blame whites more and more. Now, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people kind of agree with that point, and it does seem that way.
The UK didn't have Jim Crow. France didn't have Jim Crow. We still have Muslim riots over here. In Sweden, they didn't have Jim Crow. There are riots in the streets of Stockholm. See, I don't know. We have Muslim riots over there. Oh, over there.
I wasn't aware of these.
Me neither.
We have riots like based at a Black Lives Matter, but not Muslim. Maybe that's what he meant, but it doesn't really fit.
So Jim Crow in one aspect of it here in America, but in the rest of the Western world, we don't have these same presidents, and there is still disproportionate crime in these communities. You can't make the argument that whites would be okay with them becoming a minority in their country their ancestors built if that doesn't apply to other countries. Wealthy blacks also commit more crimes than poor whites. That's a fact. But we've been hearing this single mother thing for decades. It's getting a bit tired. That's why you're seeing this rise in Nazis. On Japan, nobody would ask Japan if it was okay to become a minority Japanese nation. I disagree. I think Japan is a model society because Destiny said Japan's terrible and the most racist place on the planet. How many terrorist attacks are there in Japan? On being white, what is so offensive about white people saying they like to preserve their demographic majority? See, that's the stuff where people were starting to say, because he started to get a little bit like, I'm not going to...
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Me neither. Well, that is Nazi, and I hate saying that, but it is Nazi to say.
That is like something that's like, preserve your white demographics. That's incredibly racist.
It is.
Sounds like someone who does not like the races besides their own.
It's like he's stepping on eggshells not to say what he really wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's like he's right on the edge of being like, no.
I'm going to say the nib, but you know,
I know what it is, but I don't think I should say it.
They're N-words. You know.
He says whites are not being killed, they're being displaced. You are the same guy who says that European displaced the Native Americans, but apparently when other people do it to white Americans, it's okay because fuck white. See, I don't know what he's talking about.
When have we been displaced? I'm fine. What? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, there was a whole Reddit argument about it, and they were talking that it's because there's a lot of us that are scared of becoming a minority in America. And I said, I'd love to be a minority, then I could bitch about everything all the time.
Yeah.
Do you consider the European consultation of Africa a bad thing? Destiny replies that it's complicated. It's only complicated because it's whites. If white people go to South Africa and colonize there, it's the white people encroaching on the Africans' land, and they should give it back. Encroaching, sorry. There is a clear divide in the way that people think. White people tend towards the libertarian side, and at least the first generation Mexicans vote heavily for government handouts. Destiny mentions that red states take more government handouts than blue states. These states, southern red states, Alabama, Louisiana, have high non-white populations. There is an absolute disproportionate of crime committed by whites by non-whites, to whites by non-whites. There's no arguing that, just FBI statistics. But white people are not allowed to address this because it's called racist by people like you.
Whoa.
When white people are aggressed against in their own nations by people that are not white, they are told constantly, check your privilege. You colonized us. You owe us land, blah, blah, blah. This is not true that they Irish Italians were not considered white people. On Trump is a reaction to the retarded identity politics of the left for the last 4 years. That's not so bad.
No, that's pretty true.
Yeah.
Mexican immigrants. These days, the Confederate flag has been banned. They're burning American flags in the streets. It's a changing nation, and I think immigration policies that haven't been the smartest are partially to blame for that. What do you call a large number of people from one specific place coming in, setting up their ethnic enclaves, and then waving their own flag inside our nation? There are large swaths of them who want to break parts of America back into Mexico. He's a little conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, that is like something Alex
something-
Jones would say, or something like further like Southern Alex Jones would say.
That's
I've
something
never heard anyone talk about that. That's like not even like a thing.
I don't know if he's joking or not, but
No, he was pretty adamant on that. Well, because here's the thing. The guy that he was debating with is a moron. Like, it's not like Destiny was great in the debate. Like, Naked Ape went on, like, a few days later after this and just fucking owned Destiny in a stream. And Destiny kicked Naked Ape out of the stream because Naked Ape was like... Naked Ape basically came in and said, well, you argued with Jontron, and Jontron sucks at debating, and what he said was stupid. He said, so I'm going to come in and debate with you about economics and stuff you said. Then, like, 20 minutes into it, the guy says, you're not qualified to talk to this with me. And then he, like, kicks him out of the live stream.
hilarious.
Which, if you kick someone out of the discussion, you lost the discussion.
Right.
Other musings. Why does an economy have to keep growing forever? People don't need gadgets all the time. Are people getting along better? It seems to me that people are screaming more recently. This oppression in America, it doesn't exist. So he thinks there's no oppression or racism, which I could get that it's oversaturated and overemphasized. But yeah, he goes on a lot of stuff about like basically that white people are losing jobs, or it's that like Mexicans are taking over America and immigrants and stuff like. Yeah.
Jontron seems like he OD'd on the red pill.
He did.
He's not talking about things in a logical way. He's not providing sources. He's not bringing up arguments that he can easily win. He's just kind of throwing stuff and seeing what sticks.
Well, the thing, like, white, rich black people commit more crime than poor white people or something. It's like, I don't even know if that's true.
No, that's just classist talk. It sounds like everything's based off finances. So if you have more money, you're going to commit more crime or some crap
That's
like
not how it works, though.
I know.
People who commit more crimes are people that have to steal and have to
Black people.
take.
Well, also the disproportionate of crime committed to whites by non-whites. That's not totally true either, because I know a lot of these statistics because I have to read them for videos. Not that black people don't commit a disproportionate amount of crime. That is a true statistic. But yeah, this whole crimes by whites, non-whites, I don't think that's as high either. Because actually, if you take per capita for crime rates, America's really not that bad if you take out suicides with guns, and if you look at
crime rate's been going down steady over the past 20 years.
Well, like where I live, the chances of me getting murdered are insanely low. They're ridiculously low. I mean, like, a lot of it depends on where you... Well, it just depends on where you live. If you live in a place like where I live, your chances are low. You have a higher chance in certain areas, but yeah, murder's really, like, people keep having this idea that America's this really violent, like, gun-toting, killing place, and we're really not that bad with, if you look at, like, 350 million people compared to crime rates with other countries. If you factor in all those things, we're not that bad at all. People just look at direct numbers and they're like, oh, look how many gun deaths we have every year. America's got a problem. I'm like, we have to eliminate half of those that are suicides, so right there the number's smaller. Mm-hmm. And then you got to include the gang violence, and that makes the number even smaller. I mean, the chance of any of us going out and getting shot by a gun is astronomically really, really low. Like, even in this country, even scumbag in fucking Texas doesn't have a high chance of going out and getting shot by a gun. It's tough to talk about the Jontron thing. I really wanted to defend him on this, but a lot of the stuff he said I just don't agree with, and it is kind of racist. He has this white nationalist mindset. I mean, it is... I don't want to immediately go Nazi, but it is that cleansing of the, like, the genes and only...
It sounds like he's like, shaking in his boots over people coming and moving next to him that aren't the same color as him.
Well, I think he's confused between, like, immigration and the SJW stuff. I think he's confused what a lot of our problems are. I think he thinks... I mean, he seems to be completely, like, right-wing... I mean, extreme with these stuff.
He seems like, I think he wanted to jump and get on this whole community thing for whatever reason. And he OD'd on it. He OD'd on that rush for it because he doesn't make any sense in half of his arguments here.
He should just...
didn't organize himself. Was this like debate on the fly, or did he like have time to prepare for this?
This was on the fly, and he did say later, and Chris Ray Gunn defended him on a lot of this stuff, is because he said he wasn't good at debating, and he just went on there and started debating
You
with.
shouldn't agree to it. If you can't win the debate and you're not confident, don't make yourself look like a fool and do it anyway.
Hey, everyone makes mistakes. I mean, it happens.
Well, it does, but like, don't sit there and argue things that he argued and then go, "Oh, I'm not good at debate."
Well, I mean, he's out of his element. He joined it to a debate. I think he should just stick with video games and just leave it at that, not get into
because
politics.
he's a good video producer, but arguing politics and whatever he's arguing there, like he's not good at it, even remotely.
If only TJ would stop, then we could all be.
Oh, if only.
He was on Joe Rogan.
Still up? Why is Naked Ape getting attacked and crap, but the drunken peasants and the amazing atheists still stand today? I don't understand this.
Yeah, can I DCA that stuff for like just being content that offends me for its quality?
Like, he literally has one video called Christian parents murdered their child in cold blood and then raped his corpse or something like that. It's really bad.
I'm gonna have to say that one.
Yeah, gonna have to go back and rewatch that one. Missed that one on first thing. Now they argued about Japan a lot. Now this is where the Destiny guy was hyperbolic too. He tried to claim that everyone in Japan is racist, and
hate black people.
And all of Japan's nationalism is a racist byproduct. I don't totally agree with that. I think some of it's part of that, but I'd say it's more to do with culture than overt racism. I don't actually think Japan's... And he was talking about how the population in Japan was going down because they don't immigrate a lot. But that's really just because in Japan, men aren't having sex with women and getting them pregnant that much.
All those body pillows.
Yeah, like, men aren't fucking in Japan. Like, they would prefer to watch hentai or have a body... And I'm not even joking. That's, like, it's crazy. They're like pandas over there. They don't want to fuck.
It's the MGTOW nation.
But I guess I'll try to do some Jontron jokes. Hey guys, Nazis! Let's kill black people. And then the little bird comes in. Hitler did nothing wrong. What's the name of that little fucking parrot?
Jock.
Yeah, that's right. I love that thing. The little robot parrot.
No, it's not enough to know its name though.
No, well, I don't. Well, it's because it's so racist. I couldn't remember. It's too... Yeah, I love that wealthy blacks commit more crimes than poor whites. Like, there's these rich black people like OJ out there just killing people all the time.
Jay-Z.
I mean, it's not that
he did Columbine, actually. Not like you know about that. He did Columbine.
I agree with some of his points, like people being called Nazis or Trump's a reaction to identity politics. But yeah, he seems to not know a lot about Jim Crow, and his knowledge on Europe and a lot of historical stuff seems to be off, and he's using a lot of faulty statistics. Now, to be fair, I don't like the heavy criticism he's been getting. Like, people are... I mean, I've been on so many sites now and see so many videos where people are just calling the guy a bigoted asshole Nazi fucker, and if you defend him, you're that way too. And I can get that. I think the stuff he said was stupid, but at the same time, this doesn't necessarily reflect Jontron as a person or everything that he... Like, to me, he could just be ignorant. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's like a racist or anything. Like, he doesn't seem to want a genocide, basically. So
that's good. I mean,
yeah. I mean, maybe that's not a good bar to base people's quality. Like, well, do you want genocide?
But it is a bar.
Yeah.
It is a bar.
It's some arbitrary bar that I gave, but yeah, he's getting a lot of flack for this. The community is really not defending him that much. He's getting a lot of... I wish he hadn't done this. This was stupid. I don't know why he went and debated somebody with stuff. If he didn't know his stuff, or if he didn't have his homework there. And it sucks, because this upsets me. I'm a big Jontron fan, but it's tough, because like I said, I wanted to defend it, but everything he said was really, really dumb, and this is probably bad for his YouTube channel, because you know how this drama shit escalates on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And we think it can't affect people, but we keep saying consistently that it does, so maybe there'll be a content cop on Jontron.
Oh God.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but that would be very interesting.
I mean, the people he does content cops on have consistently bad content. Jontron doesn't really have that.
No, I agree.
I'm waiting for the Onision one.
He'll never do that. Onision just will feed off the drama.
Yeah, Onision's a leech.
You think Keemstar was bad feeding off his content cop? Oh, Onision's gonna be 10 times worse. Onision's like one of the biggest leeches of this community, of this website.
I think he's just
like a pretty nice guy.
I think he's a psychopath. That's amazing. Like, we're watching a serial killer on YouTube and we don't know it. Okay, here's the story. Texas lawmaker. Touch yourself? That's $100 a pop. A pop.
Sody pop.
A Texas lawmaker is proposing a bill that would require men to be masters of their own domain or be prepared to unload $100 in fines. Jessica Ferrara, I don't know how to say her damn name, I'm going to say Ferrari, a Democratic state representative, reportedly filed House Bill 4260, which proposes that in addition to masturbation fines, it would require rectal exams before getting a vasectomy, colonoscopy, or Viagra prescription. Jessica called her bill satirical in an effort to underscore the healthcare restrictions women face in Texas under GOP-led lawmakers. In particular, she points out there are fines for emissions outside a woman's vagina, and all potential abortion patients must read A Woman's Right to Know. She defends her bill, saying Texans deserve to be treated with the same amount of respect when making healthcare decisions, regardless of their gender. No denying, Texas would make money hand over fist, so to speak. So she's wasting everyone's time by filing a bill about men masturbating to do some, I guess, indirect protest about women's rights in Texas. Sounds pretty exciting, guys.
Yeah, it sounds like all those sodomy laws they have in some southern states. It cannot be enforced.
Well, you live in Texas, bro. What's these emissions outside a woman's vagina?
Well, it's like, you see like the smoke coming out of like power plants. Well, it's like that, but it's more like a little steam smoke, kind of like, like you have something on a fire, a little twig fire. It's kind of like that. But it's pink.
She defended her bill, just saying Texas deserve, and then she also talks about potential abortion patients must read A Woman's Right to Know. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, what's a woman's right to know? Like, is it just telling her, like, rethink your abortion, maybe? I don't know what that means.
I don't really know what it sounds like. It could be like Miranda rights, but that's
also this isn't. I like how she calls it satirical, but this isn't very good satire because we don't even know what the fuck she's satirizing. Like, we have to Google what the fuck she's talking about. That's how. Like, what are you talking about?
I think it's a term for a lot of things, actually. There's the Women's Right to Know Act. There's the Women's Right to Know homepage. Women's Right to Know, Texas Right to Life. So I don't know which one to look at. So I'm giving up.
What's a woman's right to know?
What is a woman's right to know?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna look it up because.
Where's our right to know what a woman's right to know?
All right. So how would you feel if you had to pay $100 fine for masturbating? Also, how do they know if you're masturbating?
Yeah, they can't know. Yeah.
Like, what is the doctor gonna ask you? It's gonna be one of those things like, do you smoke marijuana? No. Do you masturbate? No.
I'm a good Christian boy. I don't do that.
I fuck my couch.
Well, I'm glad that the Democratic state representative in Texas is busy on these masturbation bill scumbag. Making a lot of progress down there.
A lot of social progress. This will be the defining moment.
No, that's just a nasty sentence to read, like emissions outside of a woman's vagina. I'm like, I think of like projectile shit or something, like you're shooting slime on me or something. It's like, keep your vagina away from me, Jessica Ferrari. I don't appreciate it.
What if she's like one of those cobras, that's spitting for self-defense?
True. Fair point. There could be some xenomorph HR Giger type shit going on here.
Yeah. Get one of those face humpers.
I thought the story was going to be funnier when I read the headline, but I didn't know it was just some dumb bitch trying to make, like, I'm going to make a point by wasting time on this thing that people are going to read an article about on a podcast, and then...
No, that's what it usually is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Gotta get back to the podcast saying, come on, Pat. Okay. So, this weekend, me and Sharkfoot, I don't know if Scumbag watched, we watched the season 5 premiere of Samurai Jack, Genndy Tartakovsky's. Jack is back.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Yeah, cause, and it's funny because I went back and I started rewatching old Samurai Jacks after we watched that premiere. and I watched probably about 10, 11 episodes, you know, like a lot of famous ones. And the thing is, my hunch was right, because I you know, me and you, we both loved, if you guys don't know, Samurai Jack was a show by Genndy Tartakovsky, who did Dexter's Laboratory. He worked on the Powerpuff Girls. He did the Hotel Transylvania.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, the Clone Wars cartoon shorts. And he brought Samurai Jack back because it never had an official ending. It just kind of ended on a cliffhanger. So now he has a show on Adult Swim. He's brought the show back, brought back a lot of his old team. He's had this idea for years. Holy shit, though. Because
oh my god.
Rewatching the old episodes of Samurai Jack, most of the episodes were standalone. Like, Jack would go somewhere, fight someone.
Yeah. There wasn't any continuous linear storyline going on. It was
Rarely.
Just really villain of the week. It was kind of the format for it.
But this new show is immediately the first time Tartakovsky that I can think of in anything he's worked on is doing an ongoing storyline. The first episode is just setting up all these plot lines that are going to play out over a 10-episode miniseries. And we have the Daughters of Aku, which are amazing. Great fucking villains. I mean, I gotta say, I think the animation's better. I think the voice acting's better than it ever was.
Oh,
I think
it's far more polished and everything, and so dynamic, and the contrast is unbelievable.
The writing's even better. Jack has more dialogue than he ever had.
I think it's a nice touch that he's doing a narration now. You know,
Me
so
too.
It has that representation of duality amongst both series.
And the stakes are higher now. Like,
Yeah.
like because 50 years has passed from the Samurai Jack timeline, and Jack can't age because of time, which I actually love that idea. Like, he's traveled time so much he can't age anymore. That's actually kind of an interesting concept. He's stuck now 50 years later. He's lost his sword. We don't really know a lot of the stuff that happened. We don't really, like, they're only sort of telling you through minor flashbacks kind of what happened to Jack and why he kind of gave up, which I think is fascinating. But the critics were raving on it, and I was, you know, I thought it was going to be typical Samurai Jack, and it does have a lot of Samurai Jack stuff, like he fights a bad guy at the end, and it's very, but
Same Genndy humor going on in there.
but the yeah, but hey babe,
Hello? Who's
But-
there?
but the structure of this episode with the tension and the adult stuff, like the zombies in the lake, his father burning,
Pregnancy in the beginning.
yeah, pregnancy in the beginning. This stuff is so adult, and the tone is so serious, and it was. I mean, it was funny, but it was also. I mean, I was tense. I was tense the whole time, and
Felt like 5 minutes.
yeah, it did. It was 20 minutes that flew by like 5 minutes, and I can't believe we're gonna get 10 episodes. I mean, we could just suck its dick because everyone's raving on it. I mean, Samurai Jack right now is the best cartoon on TV right now. It might be the best show on TV right now, this current season of Samurai Jack. And I have no problem saying that. It is. Genndy took everything he had before, and he's matured it. It's got a lot of Clone Wars stuff in it now that I like, that he used to do. And it feels the same, but it's different enough. And I like that it's a sequel. Actually making Jack kind of not do his job, and 50 years later makes the Samurai Jack storyline so much more tragic and interesting than it was before.
And they also use like some better animation and certain things, like they would move around the arena and change perspectives a lot more, only when it really counts.
No, there's a
Like,
scene where Jack runs at the guy and the camera just follows him and shit, and it's straight up like Avatar stuff that's
A lot
so
of point of
badass.
view.
Oh. But, I mean, yeah, I can't wait for the next 9 episodes. I'm very excited about the Daughters of Aku going out to fight Jack. I can't wait to see... I did read an interview with Genndy. He said that the season doesn't really come into its focus until the final 4 episodes. You know where Jack's going on the journey and everything comes together. He said the first half's really resetting everything. So, for resetting the board and world building, he did a terrific job of bringing us right back into that universe.
Now get back to Dexter's Laboratory. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, we need a Dexter's Lab. Okay, so let's move on to our next story. They're talking about remaking the Matrix.
Why?
I
Make
don't
it more
know.
pretentious.
Yeah, people online are calling it this the blue pill, jokingly, which I think is a really funny idea, because they're talking about casting Michael B. Jordan as Neo, a black actor, which Michael B. Jordan seems to be the stereotype black actor they cast in these controversial roles. Here's the thing. Why the fuck would a Matrix remake idea be any good? Who the fuck would go see a Matrix remake at the theater right now in 2000, like 17, 18. Is there any audience for the Matrix crowd right now? I think the Matrix is kind of a dead, like, franchise.
I mean, it's just a joke anymore.
Well, like, everyone still loves the first Matrix for the first part, and that's a classic, but the sequels suck. The games, for the most part, like, are dated as shit. The universe sucks. I mean, the Matrix didn't last. So for you to come out with a new movie like, hey, we remade the Matrix, I mean, that's just me sitting there like, really? Like, are you fucking kidding me? You're remaking a movie that was basically like a bunch of stuff slapped together from other films and anime and all this stuff, and now you're saying, like, we're gonna do that again?
It's like... everyone's just out of ideas anymore.
The Matrix is getting a remake. That's according to The Hollywood Reporter, which says that Warner Brothers is in the early stages of developing a rebooted version of the 1999 cyberpunk classic with Creed star Michael B. Jordan. Zach Penn is currently in talks to write a treatment for the reboot. Penn is known for his scripts on several superhero movies, providing story assistance for other established writers on X-Men: The Last Stand, The Avengers, and Elektra. Well, this guy has a great track record.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see his electric movie. Jordan, too, has yet to formally commit to the project, which in itself in early stages, but it reports in early talks for a major role. Original Matrix producer Joel Silver reportedly approached Warner Brothers with the idea of creating a new film in the franchise, but The Hollywood Reporter says the studio is worried about a range of issues, including his reputation for budgetary excess and his relationship with Matrix trilogy creators, the Wachowskis. The producer was also reported to have sold his interest in the Matrix movies in 2012 for some $30 million. The publication says the Wachowskis, who both wrote and directed the original movie and its maligned sequels, are now currently involved in the new project, but speculates that Warner Brothers would want their approval at the... Well, see, here's the thing. The Wachowskis suck now. They pretty much haven't made a great movie since The Matrix. Like, at all. Not that I kind of like Speed Racer. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Don't you think The Matrix as an idea is kind of, like, dated now? It's not as cool as it was in 1999?
Well...
like going into a computer world and stuff, all that crap. I don't think that's as cool as it was.
It is a very old idea that I think really can't go back and look at again because it's already been done. And it's Matrix, pretentious as it did it pretty good back in the day. I don't think you can do it any different or any better.
Especially right before Y2K, you know?
Yeah.
Like everybody all hyped up for it and stuff, so a whole thing about the
computer
world.
At the beginning of the beginning of the digital age.
Exactly.
Well, I'd say it's the first digital film in a lot of ways. It's the first film that has really good digital CG effect in that sense, where like it was completely like the 2000s, what movies were going to look like.
It did that really good because it used it sparingly, and of course it had people actually doing stunts for themselves and had
nowadays there's no setup like that for it to actually be.
The John Wick guys worked on that movie, you know.
Right. Yeah, and they should and that's all it should be. People should make movies like John Wick as opposed to movies like The Matrix now, because John Wick isn't about stuff like that. John Wick is just a bare bones in like a story sense action movie.
Well, they're talking about how they want to make, there's a potential new cinematic universe they're talking about building with this franchise. So they want to do the cinematic universe with The Matrix.
It won't work.
Now here's the thing. Now that's not entirely, like, there's something cool about that, like, okay, they want to tell multiple stories within the Matrix universe. However, the reason that won't work, though, like you guys pointed out, is that, nobody really gives a shit about the Matrix anymore. Not having Keanu Reeves in there, I don't know if anyone, like, really, he's Neo. I mean, the two things that everyone thinks about is Keanu and, like, Agent Smith, Hugo Weaving, and Morpheus and shit. So... I mean,
Lawrence Fishburne.
If I'm sitting there and I go, oh, like Creed, that's a shitty thing. Like when Michael B. Jordan was in Creed, Creed's a sequel to the Rocky franchise, but also kind of works as a reboot for the Rocky franchise, and that's a really good movie. That's cool they made that. This, on the other hand, they're saying is a reboot, but it's clear they're just going to take the bare bones storyline of The Matrix, switch it around a little bit. That's probably going to be very similar in structure, and then claim it's a reboot, but it's really just a cheap remake of The Matrix. And one of my friends said to me online, he made a great point. He said, how much money you want to bet they're just going to call the movie Matrix?
Probably.
Take the "the" out. It's just going to be Matrix.
I'd bet $20.
Yeah, I think this is I don't even know. I mean, I can kind of get a cinematic universe out of the Matrix, but like I said, I think it's past its prime.
Yeah, let me tell you what's going to be a good cinematic universe. What
Blade
Warner
Runner.
Brothers is doing with Kong and Godzilla.
Yes.
I agree. I think that's interesting.
Because that's what they're wanting. They've already, I don't know how long ago, back when Godzilla came out, Warner Brothers said they wanted to do a Kong versus Godzilla movie.
Oh my.
They're doing it. I mean, that movie is in production.
As successful as Kong has been, and as successful as Godzilla was, I think if you get Garth Edwards to direct that movie, and you can have a universe with like Gamera and Mothra and all kinds of kaiju, right?
I agree.
That can work. That can work in a big budget American action movie sense. That will work.
I agree.
Matrix, no, not remotely. All right, because Matrix is just this computer simulation that we all think is real life. Like, it works for Star Wars because Star Wars is this giant universe that's so untapped, right? No matter how much you tap into it in the comics or the stories or what the books, I mean, you never will fully tap it, right? And I think Disney was very smart to do a universe outside of a trilogy, right? To do spin-offs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would work really well.
Right.
It will not work for Matrix. Matrix was Neo, it was Morbius, it was Agent Smith and the Machine. That was what it was. Those are your characters.
Morbius.
Also, there's something to say, like, I would make the argument that sometimes, like Lord of the Rings, right? We've moved on from Lord of the Rings. We now are in the era of Game of Thrones. Like, I love Lord of the Rings, right? But we're now in the era that the standard for fantasy has to have that adult sensibility, the things that
be dark.
Yes.
Dark fantasy.
Yeah,
In the age of dark fantasy.
We are, and we love it. We wanted that. It's the natural progression of Lord of the Rings to go to that.
And it's not even just Game of Thrones. It was Skyrim, which is a video game, but in people to that more darker Civil War, fueled world.
But here's my thing with the Matrix.
World building went.
I think the argument could be made that the Matrix, while being a very great film as an action special effects film, that aspect of the Matrix is still one of the greatest technical achievements in filmmaking. I'd say that superhero films actually are successful today not because of Blade or Batman, Tim Burton's Batman. I think people don't give credit to the Matrix is the reason movies like Spider-Man and X-Men were big hits. And I've always said that because the Matrix was the first movie anyone saw in the theater where a man flew and it didn't look stupid. It didn't look like bad green screen. It actually looked badass. It was the first time you saw martial arts like that in a movie. You pretty much go back and watch The Matrix. It's kind of insane. It is the blueprint for the modern 2000s blockbuster. Every 2000s movie copied every technique from The Matrix. I mean, it's nuts. It's like not even close. I mean, it is our Star Wars because it influenced everyone after it came out. But I would say we've moved on from The Matrix into stuff now like Black Mirror. I think in the same sense like we did with Game of Thrones, I think Matrix is kind of shallow now in that sci-fi thing. I would prefer to watch Black Mirror or that kind of, I'd rather have that kind of like if they want to make the Matrix deeper and darker, sure, but they're not going to do that. They're going to make it more Marvel cinematic. I mean, the original Matrix was an R-rated movie that had swearing and violence and shit. I highly doubt this movie's going to have those aspects.
They may. I mean, I'm not saying they will go that direction. I don't think Matrix is something kids are going to really want to go see. I think that's going to be something for more like, young adults that
The
don't want
people
to
who
go
saw
see
it in theaters already.
Well, I could see a PG-13 though.
I could. I mean, I could too, and they could maybe pull it off, but I just doubt it.
Because really, if you took the swearing out of the first movie, it's pretty much.
They do with it,
Well, honestly, I mean, the standards have dropped so much since then that it could probably be the same movie and be PG-13 nowadays.
Well, there was a lot of F-bombs in The Matrix at the time.
I guess cut them out, but other than that...
Yeah, you're right. Other than that...
Anything goes. Anything goes when it comes to violence anymore. It seems like...
I mean, it's not that R-rated movies aren't doing well, but I don't know what their plan is here, because the R-rated movies that are doing well are like Logan,
John Wick, and...
Yeah, I don't know if those people are going to go see a Matrix remake. And I also don't know if you do the PG-13. Well, also, what makes me think that is the screenwriter they got, the guy that worked on X-Men The Last Stand, Avengers, and Elektra. That really makes me think they want a certain kind of movie that's like...
They want like a movie that's going to be like notorious for how bad it is.
Well, it seems like they think they... I mean, really, let's think about this. If they make a big-budget film, let's say if they make $100-something million film here, I mean, it could make money. It could, just because of the franchise name alone. But, like, yeah, do they really think they could make, like, 5-6 Matrix franchise films from this shit? I don't Now, this isn't a confirmed thing, but they're pretty close to making it. My advice to Michael B. Jordan, don't do this. This is another Fantastic Four. Just walk away.
Yeah, I think he's going to be wary about something like that. Fantastic Four was like probably the worst bit of his career so far.
Yeah.
Look at Miles Teller.
Yeah, it fucked Miles Teller bad working on that
Should have been in
movie.
La La Land.
Yeah, no, they said La La Land, he basically got fired because of Fantastic Four, which is nuts. But,
It's upsetting.
yeah, that's how those movies are, man. You know, it happens a lot. You'll read a lot about, you know, we even talked about the John Kay thing last episode, me and Sharkfoot, about, Billy West. It happens all the time. You'll read that, yeah, somebody, they'll be partners, and then as soon as something goes, something comes up where you have to have some integrity, the guy who wants the money stays and the other guy leaves, and then they're never really friends again. And
Yeah.
this is a pattern we see a lot, the Steve Jobs pattern to success. And it upsets me, though, because The Matrix, I don't want the sequels to exist at all. Like, I wish they didn't exist and I could just go back. I try to watch the first Matrix and try to live in this world that the movies don't, that it doesn't have a sequel. It just is this standalone movie. Because the mythology's awful after that first movie. The Wachowskis are really bad. It's funny, the Wachowskis are guys that, I guess they're women now. The Wachowski sisters. But I love them visually. I really do. Even that shitty fucking movie Jupiter Ascending was gorgeous. Cloud Atlas. I hate that they make such good looking movies. I love how their films look. I like how they direct, but they can't write a fucking script anymore to save their fucking life. Gee, it's so pretentious now. And over the top, and it's like they're trying to write novels. Like, they seem to forget when they wrote The Matrix, it's like a very fun, by-the-numbers action film. It's more like a John Woo movie with special effects in it. And then we got to the point where they're talking about, he gets to the Matrix Reloaded and he's talking to a fucking architect that explains to him he's done this like 8 times before, and it's like, dude, fuck. Jesus Christ. You're talking to the fucking Colonel about the Matrix? Alright, so that I think we're all agreed that's a bad idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
No one here has a devil's advocate way to look at this, like a successful way to...
I don't.
I don't think that there is any. Honestly, I can't
That's
think of any
unanimous.
plot. I tried to do that. I tried to think of something that could come out of this that would be good, but
No.
I just can't. I think Warner Brothers should stick to their Kong and Godzilla idea, which I think after Kong does pretty well, they'll follow. They need to drop that. They need to drop fucking the DC cinematic universe. Just get rid of it. It's not working.
Please.
It's not working.
Dude, just imagine sitting in the theater and you see a fucking trailer for fucking Kong Godzilla. Like, they're just going at each other in the fuck. That's all you need. You just need one
But they're
shot.
fucking on top of a volcano.
Yeah, they're just fucking hard as fuck and all that. They're just coming on fucking Loki.
Kong is face fucking Godzilla and then shooting Mothra with a bazooka.
Yeah, with a bazooka. The bazooka
And
is
not-
my penis.
And not a proportionate one either, like a really small one he's holding in between his fingers.
Now, I haven't seen the Kong movie. I want to see it, but it is doing well. So it is
Awesome.
It is safe to assume that there is going to be that Kong Godzilla movie now, because people seem to have interest in both, especially Godzilla. Godzilla had a huge opening weekend, so the people out there,
It was a really good movie too.
people want to see Godzilla fight King Kong. So I
wanna
think
see Godzilla kill anything.
Well, that's the thing. We really, if they want to impress us with stuff we haven't seen before, this is really all they can do. Like, they haven't really made this kind of monster movie yet. Like a big budget monster
let's go back
versus
to
monster.
movies.
They tried with Pacific Rim, and I think maybe if they could get Guillermo del Toro to do something with it, because I think he's really good at creating the monsters and creating the robots.
Yeah, he just can't write scripts very good when it's not a foreign film.
Pacific Rim was just one of the most pathetic scripts I've ever seen in my life.
It is.
It was awful.
It's got one of the worst lead characters I've ever seen in a movie. Just so generic.
To these robots fighting these giant aliens, that would have been awesome, because those scenes were the best in the movie, hands down.
Generic white lead character 101. Also, yeah, it's funny. Pacific Rim just has little flaws that are stupid. Like, there's scenes where they're getting killed by kaiju, and the mech pilots don't team up together to fight together. They just stand there one-on-one and do fights. It's like, anyone in the real world would team up here. And that would be cooler in the movie. You know, that'd be some Evangelion shit, but no. Yeah, and he ripped off every single thing in that movie that was interesting from some anime. And I think Del Toro, well, I'm a huge fan of his foreign work, like Devil's Backbone, and he is making a new film that's this year coming out that sounds like Pan's Labyrinth. It's called The Shape of Water, and it's a film that takes place during, like, a war and someone's imagination, like Pan's Labyrinth. So, who knows? You know, I always have hope for visually, he's one of the best we have, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Pacific Rim, Hellboy 2, Crimson Peak. I didn't like any of those movies. So that sucks. All right, let's look at this article. I think this story's hilarious, yet in the same way, it's also kind of nice. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Apparently, George W. Bush is great at painting. Did anybody read about this?
What?
I did hear about this, yeah.
George W. Bush's book of paintings praised by art critics and tops bestsellers list. George W. Bush's book of paintings have been praised by one of the nation's leading art critics, describing the former president's work as surprisingly sophisticated and warm. The book, published on February 28th, is currently top of the Washington Post list of bestsellers. And their chief art critic, Philip Kennicott, said the 66 portraits of the former soldiers sold in aids of veterans show the former president honing his craft. No matter what you think of George W. Bush, he demonstrates in this book and in these paintings virtues that are sadly lacking at the top of the American political pyramid today: curiosity, compassion, the commitment to learn something new, and the humility to learn it in public. There's ample evidence that the former president is more humble and curious than the swaggering President Bush he enacted while in office, and his curiosity about art is not only genuine but relatively sophisticated. I'll send you guys an image of one of these pieces. Tell me, guys, what you think of it.
Oh, I'm looking at some of them right now. They're pretty awesome, actually.
I gotta agree. Really, this is good art. This is legitimately very good art. It's funny because he kind of has this realist, surreal style. Like, I know the kind of style. I can't quite pigeonhole what it is, but I've seen art like this before. But yeah, the fact he has his own style, like what they said, sophisticated. This is very sophisticated painting and art. Like, this is a guy who's clearly got his craft figured out very well, what his style is. But I wanted to bring this story up because it's funny in the world we live in. Back when Bush was president, the world hated George Bush. And then when Obama was running against John McCain, the world hated John McCain. Now it's funny in retrospect. I see now all these places praise George Bush in comparison to Trump. And now John McCain is loved by a lot of people on the left. And it's really funny. You know, this guy they called a racist Hitler and stuff, and now they're writing about how, you know, he's a great artist and he paints really well. It's like maybe George Bush was never really a racist. I'm not sure how the art in this volume will hold up to critical eyes, he writes in an introduction. After all, I'm a novice. What I'm sure of is, though, that each painting was done with a lot of care and respect. The 70-year-old said he was inspired by the work of Lucian Freud, Wayne Thiebaud, Jamie Weth, Ray Turner, Fearfield Portal, and Jacques Soralla. Well, he knows more about art than I do. He writes a witty account of how he first took up painting on leaving the White House. For the first time in my 66 years, I picked up a paintbrush that wasn't meant for drywall, he wrote. I selected a tube of white paint and another labeled Burnt Umber. While I wasn't aware at the time that it was a color, I liked the name, which reminded me of Mother's cooking. And for each of the subjects, he tells their story with Mr. Kennicott saw as genuine empathy. But yeah, I really like the way he draws the faces and the kind of slightly alterations to the eyes or the mouth or the teeth. But yeah, it's really funny. George Bush turns out, like a lot of stupid people, is really good at drawing. You know, and
pretty much.
That's you know, it's. I mean, yeah, we could talk shit on Bush, but I want to be a positive here, because it is, you know, hey, you could say what you want about George Bush, but the guy can paint. So whatever that's worth, that's something. He's not out there talking about politics. He's not out there bitching. He's not out there talking shit or being, you know, George Bush, we got to give him credit. When he was done being president, he fucking left.
He was done.
Yeah.
He went off the grid.
He's like, I'm outie. He's like, you guys didn't like me. I got to go. I'm not going to try and pretend that I'm loved. And I think now in today's world, we can have a retrospect look at George Bush now and see that There was something moral about him that we do kind of miss. There was something conventional about him that we...
Besides the whole 9/11 thing.
Well, but just how he was, like that empathy thing. I do think he was an empathetic person, despite what people like to say. I just think he was in a situation that he didn't really have a lot of control over his entire president. I mean, imagine if 9/11 hadn't happened and Bush had been president. His presidency probably would have went a lot fucking smoother.
I think anybody's president.
You can play the what if game all day, but
I mean, you can play the what if game on a. I mean, I agree with you contextually, but we are talking about the biggest terrorist attack in America, so I don't think your point totally holds water in that context. Like that's being like, what if Pearl Harbor never? It's like, well, that's a pretty significant thing in history. If it didn't happen, it would be a big. If the Twin Towers, it's not like saying like, what if the celebrity didn't die? It's like it probably wouldn't affect much. If 9/11 didn't happen, I mean, that's a whole different decade of... I mean, that did affect our... I mean, the Twin Towers going down was one of the most devastating economic...
Yeah, it really was, but at the same time, I mean, the Patriot Act probably still would have happened because there was stuff like that back in the 90s. They were pushing for that back in the 90s. Terrorism, I think, would have hit somewhere else. We still, I think, ultimately would have been in a similar situation. It just... Because terrorism was coming to a head at that point.
Well, what's so weird is that we know about the time is that our government and everybody knew about terrorism, and we had all these warnings, and yet, like, it happened anyway. I mean, it's one of the most baffling things is that whole era, like 2001, 2002, because they had a lot of good intelligence. And
yeah, there was intelligence, they just didn't act on it.
Yeah, it's so weird. There was no acting on it at all. It's like they didn't care. They were like, well, we'll see what... I mean, it's one of the most strange... I mean, I'm not conspiracy theorist. I don't believe 9/11 was an inside job. I don't have all that crap about it, but... I do think it was poor judgment calling. I'm very...
As with any tragedy, it's always a bad judgment.
Well, it's just insane to think that people were able to get on airplanes that we knew were practicing flying airplanes in this country, and they were able to just get on airplanes and take them over. I mean, it still baffles me today that was even able to happen. It's so crazy, you know. I mean, I don't think it could ever happen again because now we have they have a guy on the plane now, like Liam Neeson, to shoot you. You know, and all that. I don't think the TSA actually does that much. Like, from what I read, the TSA actually doesn't do that much of a job, but it gives you the illusion of security. So it's kind of like this mind game they try to play on people to make them think they're being watched.
Right.
But yeah, I think the air marshals is probably... Although, I don't know why we didn't always have air marshals. It kind of makes sense to have a cop or someone on an airplane, doesn't it?
Yeah,
in case something happens. Someone else.
Like, what do they think? No, nothing's ever going to happen in the sky.
Well, not even terrorism, just somebody being crazy on an airplane, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it would be nice to know. I mean, when you're at a lot of places, I mean, yeah, like when you're on a bus, there's not a cop. The bus can just stop. When you're on an airplane, there's not much the pilot can do. Somebody's doing crazy shit on an airplane, you're in the fucking air. You can't just be like, hey, buddy, calm down. We're up in the air here. All right, so let's wrap up this George Bush thing. Mr. Bush writes, little by little, Chris started to recover. He got down from 12 medications to 0. He realized alcohol didn't numb the memories. But yeah, I guess he's talking about a guy who suffered from PTSD. Oh, all of the paintings he did was like off like veterans and PTSD, and so that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, no, he's finger painting. Really good finger painting.
Yeah. This is all he's... Did you see the one of his dad?
Yeah, look what I did, Daddy. I've been working on my paintings all day, Daddy.
Oh, now we're making fun of him again. Aw.
Yeah, well, he's just adorable. Hey, don't get me wrong.
He's kind of hard not to, though.
I mean, he has the biggest crush on Michelle Obama.
I'd rather have a beer with him than a lot of other presidents. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather hang out with him than Bill fucking Clinton right now. Don't get me wrong.
Bill Clinton, he'd be too intense.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. Like, I'm sure me and Bush would have a good time. We'd probably laugh. I'm sure he'd like racist jokes and like retard jokes and stuff.
He'd take you out to his ranch, you ride a couple horses, and you'd wake up and, well, yeah, you're pregnant. That's how it is.
Yeah. I'd love to have a Bush baby. That would be terrific.
I wouldn't fucking say that.
Please let that happen. I would love to have a Bush. Oh my god, thank you, Bush. No, if he just took you to his ranch, it's like Skywalker Ranch, like you go on the Bush Ranch, like, oh my god, this is where the bean secret is. It's like, oh, no, that... Do you know those bean commercials, the Bush beans, or the dog Duke? He's always revealing the secret.
That fucking dog.
Now, in real life, that owner would just shoot that dog in the head. He would take out an old Yeller, that motherfucker. Like, that's a commercial I always wanted to see. Like, well, Duke, sorry. You just couldn't keep your mouth shut, could ya?
Dumbass.
But it sucks balls. All right, do you guys want to get to the movie script reading of the week?
Sure.
All right,
I'm all right with it.
This is from Twilight New Moon.
Oh, of course it is.
I tried to find Tyler Perry stuff. I actually had a really hard time. Turns out it's very hard to find good script transcripts of Tyler Perry movies. Who knew?
Really? It's hard to find good scripts.
Well, you could find the dialogue for his scripts, but you have a hard time. They're not formatted well. Like, people don't have the character names and stuff. So if I put it in here, you guys just wouldn't be able to fucking follow it. It was just...
Are you calling us stupid?
I mean, after your performance last time, I'm not so sure. You might be a little dumb. Not scumbag, but... Yeah.
Playing favorites again.
Yeah, well, I like to play the field a little bit. I like to tickle one of your balls a little bit while I tug on the other ones, and then you two stay in this constant back and forth. It's what keeps it going. All right. Dylan. Or Sharkfoot, sorry.
Doesn't matter. I'm already doxxed. You doxed me like 30 times.
I never said your last name.
Doesn't matter.
Address in the comments.
Wait,
Dylan's all they need.
Okay. You will be playing the part of Jacob, the werewolf.
Yay.
And Scumbag will be playing the part of Bella Swan.
God damn.
Famously played by Kristen. He's over there like Kyle. God damn it.
Are you going to jump in as Edward at some point, I'm assuming?
I might come in a little later and do an Edward scene, but I mainly want... But I'll send you guys the dialogue. You guys can look at... This is from a sequence when Bella and Jacob are spending a lot of time together once Edward leaves Bella and New Moon. And they start hanging out again, and this is like... I think this is soon after Bella crashes a motorcycle she was riding or something that Jacob helped her build, but start whenever you are ready.
All right. And,
you could probably have watched this movie and gotten us those scripts. You know, you too good to watch Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah,
yes.
I sadly I did see New Moon in the theater with my sister at the time, so I am very...
Okay. You sure you
all right.
this?
What's all that noise? Who's making that noise, Damon?
I am. Just get you guys' attention here. You ready?
Be quiet.
Are you ready, scumbag? Are you ready, scumbag?
Ready.
Do you have your Bella dialogue ready, scumbag?
What was ready as I'm ever gonna be?
Because now on, you're Bella from this point on in the show. You're no longer scumbag. You're Bella.
Or cuntbag.
Yeah.
Cuntbag or Bella. Or Bella bag.
Action!
All right. What are you staring at?
Just, oh, you're actually good looking. Ooh.
He's surprised. There's a moment between them.
Hey,
he smiles.
That's Pat. You're supposed to read those.
Yeah,
oh,
Pat.
I'm sorry. He's surprised. There's a moment between them. He smiles.
How hard did you hit your head?
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
He offers her a hand, helps her up. She holds on to it, alarmed.
Jake, you're hot.
Upgraded from good looking.
He takes her hand from his forehead, holds it. She tries to pull it away.
No, temperature hot. Feels his forehead. You're burning up. Jacob.
I feel fine. What? I can't hold your hand?
It's just means something else to you than it does to me.
One, that's my problem. But two, we have fun. You think I'm hot. Hyphen.
Good looking.
I know you like me.
No, it is funny how this conversation is going. I know you like me, you fucking bitch. I remember seeing in this movie in the theater, she's telling this guy she doesn't like him, she loves Edward, and while she's doing it, she's like stroking his abs with her hand. She's like, listen, I can't be with you, but you're beautiful, you're really good looking.
Alright, where are we?
Bella.
Alright, more than anyone.
Yeah, it's scumbag.
You really gotta fucking do this faster. More than anyone but up. That's all.
Because of Colin?
The name
Pat.
stings her. He takes both her hands now.
Look! I know what he did to you. I can see it in your face every time his name comes up. But you need to know, bitch. I would never, ever do that to you. I promise I will never hurt you. You can count on me and my dad.
I already do. You don't know how much you're my best friend, but I don't think my feelings will change.
I'll make them change.
He takes this in. It's hard. A wave of something sweeps over him. He sits back, closes his eyes, takes a breath.
Sorry, I should have said something right at the start.
No. That's not hyphen. I just feel ... weird. Period.
I told you, you have a fever. Flu or something everyone has.
Werewolves don't get flus. We have a natural immunity to that. But I don't know what it is.
This dialogue's fucking awful. I told you you have a fever. Probably that flu everyone has. It doesn't feel like flu. I don't know what it is.
Lycans don't get diseases. They have an immunity as soon as they develop lycanthropy.
There's a hilarious scene in this movie where Jacob's trying to describe to Bella what's going on with him, like, because in the movie, like, he's becoming a werewolf with his wolf pack and stuff, and they all wear jorts and they don't wear shirts. And there's one part he's talking to her and he's like, all the guys have been looking at me really weird lately and talking to me weird lately and been asking me to do weird stuff lately, and it's like, this is so gay. This isn't even subtext.
Guys, who wants to play skins versus skins?
Like, it's not subtext when it's goddamn overt, like, hey, it's gay.
Yeah, it's pretty gay shit.
When he's in there like, hey, these guys with jorts who aren't wearing shirts and have six-packs all want me to go, like, swimming with them and stuff. It's like, Bella hurries up the road towards her house. Jacob, suddenly standing in front of her, furious. Let me give you guys your dialogue here. Start with Bella.
Okay. Stop. You gotta come with me. Bella, it's okay. Oh. The lines are all messed up, sorry.
Yeah, because fuck you guys, that's why.
It's like a bad game of D&D.
I know my coffee's fucking good, okay? Give me that shit.
Storing immigrants is not my fucking job.
Yeah.
Alright, where are we at now? Bella, it's okay, they're my friends.
Yes.
Scumbag.
Yeah, I did that. Already did that.
Okay. Don't you get it? If a colon is back here, this is their territory. The treaty says we can only defend our own lands.
Not war.
It is. Duh. And you'll only be safe in LA Push, yo. I can't protect you here anymore, cunt.
Alright. Here we go.
This movie sounds so fucking stupid because there's a treaty between between the werewolves and the
vampires. They have this really convoluted treaty that they just kind of only obey when they want to, and it's brought up out of nowhere, like a random plot point all the time. Like, what about the treaty? And you're sitting there like, what fucking treaty?
Who do you think they are, Cirque du Freak?
They're like, oh, the treaty shit. Fuck.
Alright, scumbag, we're gonna do this scene together, so let me put this dialogue up. Oh, my message is too long. Well, fuck you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to read that one.
No.
Okay, I'll read some Edward dialogue while I'm deleting this stuff, because it's annoying as balls. Edward. She won't have to. There are ways to kill the Volturi in the dark. Bella, pulling away. They'll come after your whole family. You'd risk that just to keep me human? Edward, just? You really don't understand what you're giving up. Bella, I really do. They look at each other. An impasse. She decides something, grabs her jeans, pulls them on. Bella, you're not the only one with a say in it. Close up on Bella. You all know what Edward wants, and you know what I want. But I won't force myself on you. Include the entire Cullen family who surrounded Bella. The house has been restored to its original warmth and beauty. Edward sits off to the side as Bella addresses them. Bella, I think that only fair way to handle this is by vote. Edward, you can't be serious. Bella, this is my meeting, Edward. Edward, frustrated, sits back. She faces the family again. However this turns out, I'm not letting the Volturi hurt you. I'll go back to Italy alone. Man, do you guys see the dramatic tension that's just coming off the page when you read this terrific dialogue?
What's all this shit about Italy now?
Basically, God, because I have to the fucking Volturi, which is the vampire organization that is the main vampires in this universe.
Vampire Mafia.
They're basically the Vatican. Yeah, they basically. And what's funny is the only scene that's kind of decent in the whole movie New Moon is at the Volturi. Is they go there to meet them, and like Michael Sheen is there as one of them, and Dakota Fanning and all these decent actors, and there's kind of this interesting like sidekick battle, but then it goes to shit once Edward takes his shirt off and is like glowing outside. Edward plans to reveal himself to the world in Italy by coming outside and glowing and sparkling, and that's going to show the world there's vampires.
That's stupid.
That's the third act of New Moon. And that's, like, the main tension is Bella has to get there to stop Edward from taking his shirt off. So one of the last confrontations is Bella running up and putting a shirt on around Edward, like a robe.
Intense.
That's like the big finale. It's fucking great. No, the ending, this has one of my favorite endings ever. Okay, because it's hilarious. Anguish sweeps through the wolf's fierce face. It's even harder to take than when he's in human form. Bella, but you know how important you are too. Suddenly, the wolf bolts out of there. Friend zone the fuck out of that little gay werewolf boy. On Bella, fighting tears as she watches him disappear. Bella voiceover. There were problems ahead. Seemingly insurmountable. Edward's arms wrap around her face from behind. If I didn't become a vampire, the Volturi would kill me. If I did, my best friend would do the job himself, or get killed in the attempt. She turns to face Edward, looking into his eyes, his loving eyes. Victoria was still on the loose, but putting everyone I loved in danger. He kisses her tenderly, washing away her concerns. But I'd already survived the worst, losing Edward, so I knew I could survive anything. Edward, I'm here. Always. As she sees that's the truth, believes it, he takes her hand, and together they turn, heading out of the woods. And soon, I'd be like him. We'd face our fate together, forever. Off them hand in hand, inseparable, as we begin to fade to black. Hear the agonized howl of the wolf in the far distance. Oh! That was not in the movie. That sucks. That should have been the ending to fucking New Moon. If Jacob was off to the side like, no... He's just a little whiny bitch because he couldn't get the girl. Yeah, and what real world do we live in where some girl's gonna date this, like, paley little... I mean, Robert Pattinson's not a good-looking guy. Could we just get over that myth that existed for a couple years that guy was good-looking?
I'd fuck him.
But yeah, I wanted to do 50 Shades of Grey, but I was having a hard time finding that script, too. I wanted to do the sex contract scene with you guys. You know, I wanted Dylan to try and pitch anal fisting to you, scumbag.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, well, you know, everyone's got that moment where they think about these sort of things, and it's just one of those days. So Sharkfoot, do you have any content coming out on your channel? Do you have any plans coming out for your YouTube channel?
Nothing at the moment. Just kind of laying low, getting stuff together.
Okay, Scumbag, yeah. Do you have any videos you're planning on doing or anything? Are you gonna update or do anything new?
I have videos that are going to come out eventually, but I don't know when.
Okay. How exciting!
Yeah, nothing really. It's been adult.
One of us is you, Pat, and the only one that's uploading videos currently. So
it's just winter.
I mean, I don't even like doing it. I just do it out of fucking obligation.
You're not using depression as an excuse, there, are you, Sharkfoot?
No, it's just bad.
You know it doesn't exist, right? You know it's just a liberal conspiracy, correct? I mean, you're aware of that, right? That it was actually just invented by pharmaceutical companies to...
Yeah, Paul Joseph Watson told me, so it's true.
Yeah, and he has a PhD in science.
Well, he does a PhD in bullshit. I'll give him that.
He got that from the School of Infowars.
Well, science says lack of sun does that, so yeah, that's what's going on in winter.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, it just doesn't exist at all. It's just people just you know, it's just a lie. It's all lies.
Yeah, people invented depression, cancer. Those are all government conspiracy theories. Like
yeah, they actually have the cure to cancer. They just don't want you to have it because they can control you that way. You know, they can control you that way. They control you with depression. They have the cure to depression. Right, they have it. It's easy. It's easy, but no, absolutely the medication. That's an easier step.
I think anyone would get cured for depression if you like to have sex with Scarlett Johansson or something, man or woman. It's like, hey, we have a prescription for this. What is it? Sex with Scarlett Johansson. Huh? Just the thought of it's making me feel better. Thank you, doctor. Just hearing it puts a smile on his face. U.S. women's hockey team to boycott over wage gap. Oh, for fuck's sakes. So, I guess...
Yeah, we watched it anyway, so...
Yeah, no, I hate to tell them this. Nobody watches male hockey, so the fact that the women are talking, it's like, I don't think anyone watches you guys play.
Like a Canadian thing, that's like a northern thing. That's not like a thing that everyone else watches. It's only like part of the country watches it.
It's not even on like main television. You have to go on like fucking cable or ESPN to watch fucking hockey. Like, it's not usually on like regular shit. Like, they tried to make hockey big in the 90s at one point. It was kind of getting popular, but that was about it. It never blew up in the country. People like pretty much didn't. But yeah, this is like the soccer team, the female soccer team, when they said that they got paid less even though they won more, and we all laughed our asses off because it's like, wait, you're trying to tell me that you guys make as much money as the male soccer team? BuzzFeed is unbiased and equal. What the fuck? I gotta read this one. Hold on, let me click on this real quick. BuzzFeed published, let's see, containing into 19 PowerPoint they posted a listicle, you know, entitled 19 School PowerPoint Presentations That Give Zero Fucks, is a list of students giving presentations. Many of these presentations include insulting and hateful messages towards whites, such as, white people are a plague to the planet, how white people plague society, and white people are crazy. An image featured on the list shows a young woman with the presentations, white people stay colonizing, while wearing a t-shirt that reads, Make America Brown Again. Holy
Again? What? It never was.
Yeah, what does it make? Well, like, I think they're talking about Native Americans, although I think to just, like...
They're red.
Yeah, to pigeonhole that whole thing as brown is kind of silly, too. To be like, oh, Native Americans are all brown, and it's all brown. Another picture showed a woman with the shirt that read, Check Your Privilege, standing in front of a screen displaying a mug labeled, White Tears. One student gave a presentation that contained a slide reading, Diversity is a myth. You're probably racist.
What the fuck?
You know, Jontron's not seeming that bad now, actually. Maybe I was a little too harsh earlier. And I'm like, you know what, Jontron, maybe you're right. Maybe white people are better. I don't know, because this stuff's stupid. The list comes a week after BuzzFeed tries to smear a popular TV show couple for their pastor's stance on gay marriage. A few days ago, BuzzFeed editor posted the private phone number of a conservative TV show producer on Twitter, which a target felt was an incitement to harassment. Yeah, it's funny BuzzFeed's like not a news organization now, but that the mainstream media for some reason respects BuzzFeed now all of a sudden in the Trump era. You guys notice this? Like, all of a sudden, BuzzFeed now is, like, mentioned, and,
I've
like, CNN
that.
will reference BuzzFeed. Or, like, on late-night talk shows, like, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, all of them reference BuzzFeed, or, like, Salon, or HuffPo. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, if you guys are these comedians who are trying to tell the truth, you can't be getting your sources from the worst fucking places on the planet. Like, BuzzFeed has no credibility to anyone. Like, when did BuzzFeed just become a fucking news organization? Like, all they ever... I mean, even this, like, it's a list of things, and it's just racism. No, this picture with the chick wearing the Make America Brown Again shirt, though, that's fucking amazing.
But see, that's not BuzzFeed. That's just some of BuzzFeed. That's not all of BuzzFeed.
Yeah, it doesn't reflect BuzzFeed in general, just some of BuzzFeed.
Actively features this shit. Like, consciously fucking features this shit. No, it's not BuzzFeed. I love how I'm arguing my straw man here. I love it.
Hey, you can straw man BuzzFeed all you want, dude. Fuck them. They're the straw man. They're the epitome of their whole site's just straw mans. They just make things up about white people and stuff.
Their whole site's just a cornfield.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's just because they're always just like 10 things white people say that they shouldn't say, and it's like no white person I've ever met has ever said any of those things. But okay, you think we're all just fucking weirdos? Okay, so I think the last story we should cover tonight, and I'm sure you guys know about this, and I don't even need to read an article. Rachel Maddow's insanely laughable big blow up with the Trump tax returns on MSNBC.
I heard about that. I was watching some videos on it.
It wouldn't be so bad if she didn't like go to her producers and give like a primetime spot for it and hype it up for like a few days that she had this documents and and everybody on Facebook, like Michael Moore, Patton Oswalt, and all them, they were all like, man, tune in tonight. Tonight's gonna be big. This is fucking Watergate. And she basically for 20 minutes tries to do the Russia thing with a lot of conjecture. She doesn't actually use a lot of fact. I don't know why all these people respect Rachel Maddow because she used to work for the New York Times, and all these people think Rachel Maddow is this great journalist. Every time I've ever watched Rachel Maddow on TV, she's just been like biased as fuck. So maybe I need to go back and read some of her old stuff. I mean, she's always just come off like a condescending lesbian cunt whore to me, with her
Lesbos usually be like that.
With her evil chin. But she basically, she hyped it up. Then she came on, and then she had Trump's tax returns from 2005. She had 2 pieces of paper, and it said that Trump made $150 million and paid in $38 million in taxes. So after this happened, she really didn't have any news. Then the media, everyone on social media and stuff started to say, well, she connected all the Russia stuff, and you guys didn't want to listen to that because you didn't like how it was presented. It's like she hyped the whole show around the tax returns. That's all she talked about for the last 6 months. And then the night of, she says she has these tax returns. She has nothing. So, like, I'm sorry that we're criticizing Rachel Maddow, or Rachel Mad Cow, but it's...
Or Sad Cow.
But... I mean, I hate MSNBC. I mean, they're not quite CNN, but they're at that same kind of level, like Chris Matthews and her. They're no better. And this stuff, it was clearly. I don't like it when you set up a thing to be anti-Trump. Like this was just a smear thing to attack Trump the president, which I don't mind. But when you set your whole thing up for that and you don't have anything, and you make this whole big primetime news thing just to be negative on Trump, that's so fucking stupid and a waste of time. It's a waste of our time.
Yeah. No reason for it.
And it honestly gives credence to that idea that Trump's playing the fourth dimensional chess. Because people think he leaked the tax returns, which I think he did, and this just makes him look good. Because, like, oh, we paid $38 million in on taxes. And some guy was arguing me, like, well, you see Trump pays less than we do. He's talking about percentages. I go, wow, you pay $38 million in taxes?
Shit, dude.
I didn't know that. Well, here's the problem with the Trump thing. I don't give a fuck to see his tax returns, and I think that the liberals focusing on that issue is a losing battle and a waste of time. Mm-hmm. It's not going to stop Trump if you focus on tax returns. He was a businessman. We know business people cheat on taxes. That's how the system's set up.
Every company, every big American company has a lot of them in Switzerland.
They do.
Not just Walmart, but Apple, Google,
Microsoft.
These companies you like, they also do that.
Yeah, and you're not going to see a thing about Mark Zuckerberg about his tax returns.
Unless he runs for president against a black person.
Well, their whole argument is that every president's released them, but that doesn't sell a legal president just because other presidents have released tax returns. I think the only reason Trump isn't doing it is because, like most businessmen, he probably did find loopholes, but... like I said, them focusing on it's an issue. There's a lot of things you can criticize Trump about. The tax thing's a stupid thing to criticize. It doesn't work. He wasn't a politician. So you can't be like, oh, well, when you were a politician, you didn't pay taxes. It's like, that argument doesn't work. Yeah, when he was a businessman, he found tax loopholes? Wow, you mean like everyone in the country does?
I mean, why the hell do you go to H&R Block? Everybody does that.
Yeah, it's well, this is my problem with people like Rachel Maddow and them, is that they'll cling on to anything and they claim it's journalism and facts and all that stuff, and then they make Trump less threatening. Like if Trump basically doesn't have to commit genocide and he's going to look really good. Because every single thing in the media is like Hitler, Nazi, Orwellian. It's just over and over again. It's like, it's funny how you guys just start using these buzzwords now.
Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe, white supremacy, white nationalism. It's like when cis male started to become a thing out of nowhere. People just started saying cis male, and I'm like, when did that start? When did we start? Remember the first time you got called a cis male and you had to like Google what the fuck that meant? You're like, what? What's a cis male? Like, I don't have a cyst. I'm fine, dude. You're confused. Like, huh? But it was, I mean, I don't take pleasure out of Rachel Maddow failing or the media that, because, you know, the media is pretty much already defeated. I don't think the media is going to make a comeback. They're at the end of their, you know, I think we're in like the last decade of traditional mainstream media that we know as of our lifetime. But this was a really funny moment because this is once again like one of those things where they spend a lot of time hyping it up about Trump, then it comes out, it's not bad, and then everybody backpedals. Everybody, Patton Oswalt, the great Patton Oswalt, Mike Moore, they're like, oh, well, you guys just don't care now. You're ignoring the Russia stuff. It's like, we're not ignoring the Russia stuff. I just still haven't seen any substantial evidence to support that Trump has any direct ties with Russia. I don't think anyone's seen any good evidence for this claim yet.
Right.
Like, you realize if he actually did, like, okay, what if he actually does? Let's play a little ball here. You think that's pretty much he's going to get impeached almost instantly?
Within seconds.
Yeah, because GOP hates Russia. They hate them, right?
Yeah.
He's going to get impeached instantly. Okay, what's the real fear here? That he's going to somehow sell us out to the Russians? Like, you realize he doesn't have like power. Like, you realize he can be overridden on the military.
We're even seeing it now with his bans. His bans are getting turned down.
Yeah, his bans because they're not constitutional.
So
That's how our government works.
They keep acting like Trump has this power.
Balances.
Yeah, they think Trump has this power he doesn't have, that he doesn't have at all. It's like Trump. Well, here's the thing too. If the whole criticism of Trump is that he's a narcissist, how does a narrative make any sense that he is giving his power to someone else like Putin? If the guy's a narcissist, then he would want to be in control and have the power. Why would he give the power to a country that doesn't have as much power and military as we do? That makes no sense. I'm not saying that Russia didn't help with with Trump winning, but I don't think Trump had anything to do with it. And it's funny because that's a controversy. Yet Hillary Clinton and the DNC rigging their primaries, that was never reported on in the mainstream media. CNN.
It would have hurt Clinton. Like, oh, she cheated. She cheated real bad. Well, we want her to win, so let's not mention that.
Well, Rachel Maddow, she didn't do a special primetime thing on that when those documents came out, when the DNC
that would
leaks
much
came.
Better to watch. Very interesting.
Well, it would have been like calling them, being a journalist, like saying, "Hey, Hillary Clinton, you're not owed this presidency."
Journalists aren't supposed to hold bias. You're not supposed to, you know, like these media, these like newspapers will endorse Canada. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't read your newspaper or look at your newspaper to see your Joe Blow's opinion on politics, right? Politics, no matter how you interpret them, are going to be biased. You're going to have a bias in one direction, no matter who you are, no matter what you're reporting on. You're going to have a bias towards it.
Mm-hmm.
People read the news and watch TV and read the newspaper because they want to be informed on things, not have someone's opinion spouted at them. Fuck off.
Well, that's the thing. There's like this channel that
That's why it's dying. It's like you're saying that why this is the last decade. I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck is going to replace it, because look at the Young Turks, look at InfoWars, look at Rebel Media, look at all these alternative news sources, and they're all biased as fuck.
They're even more biased because they're
even worse. Absolutely fucking Cenk Uygur gets on there and spouts about how, you know, Trump is this, Trump is that. I mean, I will admit he wasn't biased towards Clinton. He was biased towards Bernie in the primaries. He admitted it, and he criticized Clinton during the election. Still, I will give him that much at least. It doesn't mean the fact that he's not a complete narcissist dumbass that thinks it's okay to yell at people's faces and have one of his coworkers spit in that guy's face and not fire him the next day.
Fuck you! You know what? I'm gonna go further than you. I am better than you. Yeah. You want to call me a social justice warrior? Fuck you!
Faggot.
Yeah. And then you have Alex Jones get on there and talk about the lizard people and the globalists and Trump this and Trump that. He's this giant dumbass that doesn't somehow think a billionaire wouldn't be part of the Illuminati. Okay.
Hey, you leave Alex Jones alone, you motherfucker. I will not have this. His warpath against the globalists. Yeah.
That's hollow ground, brother.
I'll admit, they are entertaining. They are very.
Do you see how much he can bench?
Don't fuck with
that. See how many clones he has? You don't want to know.
Those Alex Jones guns are fucking crazy. He changed his name to Alex Guns with those fucking things. Okay.
Alex boned.
But you're right. I totally agree with you. Is that I'm scared even more now because even the channels that I like, that that I go to look at news. Besides, really like Phil DeFranco, everyone's really biased.
And Phil's kind of biased.
He is.
Things.
He tries to be objective though.
He's much more. I think harmless compared to those people.
Yes.
But he's not. Completely clean of it.
But yeah, I agree. I don't know what's going to replace it, and I don't know how we're going to get information. Because even a lot of the way that we get information now is that we get a source from something and then we go check it again. What are we going to be reading and looking at for information in 10 years? I have no fucking idea. And is it going to be good information or not? Are we going to be getting, legitimate sources? I have no idea. I'm actually kind of scared about it. I don't want it's not like I want the mainstream media to exist because they suck. I just don't want the replacement to be the same thing. Like,
and honestly, it probably will. I mean, I think if like the young tourists grow up, they go get Steam, they keep on going, they get bigger and bigger. Well, they're not that much different. They do real round table discussions. That or it's Shanking his fat ass sitting on there talking about his opinion on the thing, right?
My opinion is the Armenian genocide didn't happen.
That's where it already is. Where all this shit already is. They're just smaller and alternative, quote unquote.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys heard about the story. I think this is the funniest fucking thing that's happened so far in 2017. He Will Not Divide Us live stream placed in middle of nowhere, but 4chan still found a way to troll it.
Yes.
Praise Keck. A good rule of the internet is to never tell 4chan something is impossible.
Exactly.
But basically, Shia LaBeouf, if people don't know, he had that He Will Not Divide Us live stream in New York. And basically, it got trolled so much, they had to shut it down because people from 4chan kept going there and trolling everyone there every day, all the time. And it was amazing. So then he set one up in Albuquerque, and the same thing happened there. So he stopped there. Yeah, he said in New Mexico, Shia did it there. The stream had to be moved from a museum in Queens to Albuquerque, New Mexico, following an escalation of white supremacist activity.
No, there's a gunshot, so that's why it had to get taken down.
So then Shia did this stream, was finally moved to an undisclosed location by LaBeouf and the two other artists, Ronco and Turner, who intended to stay there for the duration of Trump's presidency. So Shia and them had this property somewhere, and they just posted a picture with a flag that said, "He will not divide us." They hid all the locations, they gave no information, because they were trying to avoid the trolls from doing that, from finding them, right?
And they figured it out in the best way possible.
The claim that the flag would stay there for the duration was taken as a challenge by the folks at 4chan. They were given a seemingly insurmountable task to play the greatest game of capture the flag ever played. Flag taken. No, there was memes everywhere of Halo, flag taken.
Yes.
No clues tipped them to the location, but somehow with the power of determination and youth unemployment, they found it and trolled it hard. The search began, and they found it within 24 hours. Let me say that too, from a picture. LaBeouf was spotted on social media at a diner in Greenville, Tennessee, although some in the thread still believe the flag was still in the Great Lakes area due to wind patterns. They were looking at wind patterns to try to figure out where this flag... The time of the sunset in Greenville matched with the time of the sunset on the stream, and so did the weather on the local weather reports. 4chaners began looking into flight patterns. One of the few clues available on the stream were the contrails left by the airplanes. Greenville was finally confirmed as the location after two planes observed and online flight radars intersected over the town and were seen on the stream. Finally, when 3 planes flew over the area, 4chaners were able to triangulate an approximate location on the flag.
Jesus Christ.
This is our moon landing of the internet. Holy shit. Like, this is like, we can't do anything at all, and yet for some reason, when Shia LaBeouf does this, all the 4chan trolls, they're like a group of stoners when they can't have a bong to smoke weed out of. They turn into fucking engineers.
It was his words himself. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be
yeah, just do it.
Do it! I love watching all these people coming together just to figure out where this flag is and take it down. Like, that's what's hilarious about it.
Well, I'm in complete support of Keck and this mindset. A lot of people hate it. This is why I support it. Keck and all this stuff is to mock this ideological time we live in, that people are basically religious fanatical about the things they believe in politically. So the whole Pepe from the Egyptian god, the Egyptian deity Keck, and the MAGA thing, it helps Trump, but I don't really think these people are Trump supporters. This is just trolling now in like the real world. Trolling has left the internet and is now like, we are seeing like live trolling now, like we never saw. Meta. Yeah, well, it's like punked or candid camera or something, but I mean, this to me is the future of humor. Like, because these guys mocking... Because really, fuck Shia LaBeouf's, fuck this thing. I have no problem with them doing this. People are like, oh, these losers, they went and found this flag. It's like, no, that's amazing that they spent the time to go find that flag. That's hilarious to me. But, so here's the thing. The area was too large to search, unfortunately. The 4chaners began looking the stars using ancient astronomy to help map the direction of the camera and pinpoint a more precise location.
That's amazing.
They also sent out a guy in his trunk to honk his horn around Greenville to see if they could hear it on the live stream to also mark locations. The trail... This is like some Mission Impossible shit. They all work together. Okay, the trail led into a field of private property next to some poor soul's house. Tennessee-based 4chaners were standing by to capture the flag. After scooping out the area for hours, they finally made a move. The anonymous group stole the "He Will Not Divide Us" flag and replaced it with a Trump Make America Great Again hat and a Pepe the Frog t-shirt. And there's actually on the live stream them doing it, putting the flag up, taking it down and putting up the hat and the shirt. It was on Shia's fucking live stream. The flagpole was left barren on the stream all morning until LaBeouf and co. finally turned the stream completely off in utter defeat. The tale of He Will Not Divide Us live stream is probably not over, but this saga marks another stunning defeat for LaBeouf. If shows 4chan will follow him to the ends of the earth for a good... No, Naked Hate did a video on, he's like, you can run, Shia, but you can't hide. Like, Shia LaBeouf fucked up. The day that he started to fight with the trolls on the internet, I don't think he knew what he was getting into. It's sad, too, because Shia at one point probably had, like, the internet on his side when he did that Do It thing.
Yeah, he was like, everyone loved him. I thought it was funny. Now he just became a dick.
Here's a video of it.
Oh, this is great. The flag now rests in a home of one of the greatest of fortune. So, the guy who stole the flag... Yeah, I see that video. Yeah, you see it go up. It's so funny. It's like this epic moment. I wish I could have been with those group of guys that were working on that private property. You gotta think Shia owned that property. Mm-hmm. Or somebody did, and he put that flag in there, so they broke onto private property.
What if it was his mom's? What if it was like his parents or something?
Well, that's just so funny to think that, like, no, this story, I forgot about the story. Yeah, I wanted to, but I'm glad we saved it for last, because I think this is just amazing. I mean, it's hard not to just praise it. Like, it's amazing that all these guys on 4chan within 24 hours got together, used all of this, basically science, to find a fucking flag to troll Shia LaBeouf, because Shia challenged them. Just by the notion of him challenging them, they went all fucking science on his ass. It's like, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he couldn't tweet about this kind of shit. It's like, god damn.
What bothers me the most is that I didn't see Shia LaBeouf's reaction to this.
Well, there's rumors now, they say he's going to try to hide, like, the flag and that stuff in, like, a cave underground and stuff. He's going to have, like, a water fortress, and then 4chaners are going to find a way to get under there and get it. But
oh my god,
if we spend the next year of just, like, 4chaners capturing Shia LaBeouf flags, I'm totally up for that.
I love this.
Yeah, please let that be 2017, like... It's just well, kudos to the guys who had the balls, because the guys who went and had to go get it had to probably lived in the area. So 4chan has enough outreach that they have guys who were like in this area to go get this fucking flag and do all this. Like, people don't realize how powerful 4chan is. A lot of people in 4chan, like myself, who was an old 4chaner, we hated Reddit because Reddit just came in and we said it was like the normie version of 4chan. Because this is fucking 4chan. This is something Reddit could never do. 4chan, when it comes...
Reddit would be arguing about well, you know, Trump did this, Trump did that.
They would.
You know, conspiracy theories, I won't be mad as me. They'd be just trying to make each other mad. They'd up each other how angry they are. and they'd be, dying in their own semen before they even tried
It's
it.
just gargling on semen, just choking to death on semen.
Let's go on.
But you're right, Reddit would just be a bunch of argument. On 4chan, they're like, fuck it. We gotta go find this flag. And they start a fucking thread to find the Shia LaBeouf flag. That is what makes 4chan great. That's why it's still the original, like, it's still one of the only great original forums out there where you can still get stuff like this and good content. And people don't give a shit there. People troll. People make jokes about anything. The politically incorrect section's great on 4chan. And yeah, I'm still a fan of 4chan, and I'm glad that 4chan doesn't have all that, like, extra, like, Reddit, you go on Reddit, there's so much, like, almost every comment sucks. You have to dig through. 4chan, there's not as many people. The traffic's a lot smaller, surprisingly. I think it's just because maybe it's not formatted as easily as Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
But this was definitely a great accomplishment against social justice, and like, this is one of the greatest modern day victories of I mean, really, this gives some credence to the whole Pepe praise Keck movement, because these guys actually have enough power. I mean, they're doing more shit than Anonymous has done in forever. Did you guys hear about the Emma Watson pictures leaking?
The what?
Yeah, some Emma Watson pictures leaked. Women bare their boobs for Emma. But yeah, Emma Watson, all these pictures leaked of her, like, trying on clothes on 4chan and stuff. Like, she's in, like, she's basically just in, like bra and panties type stuff. There's no nudes, but yeah, that became a big story too, because, Emma Watson, the feminist and stuff. So 4chan started, like, a hate thread for Emma Watson now. But, not that she was naked. I wouldn't really look at the photos if she was naked. But, that's wrong.
Yeah, you would. Fuck off.
But, the fappening, yeah, someone's like, how dare you look at those naked pictures of the celebrities during the fappening? I'm like, no, I know, I'm terrible. Naked pictures of Jennifer
like
Lawrence?
Ken Bone said, oh yeah, it's totally awful, but I looked at them. They were nice.
Yeah. No, I mean, I put extra mayonnaise on my sandwich that day. I mean, there was a lot going on. Well, I think we covered a lot today. I think we got enough here. We covered like 3 fucking articles. We did our Twilight thing. We will fix the script reading thing for the next episode. I will format it better so we can have a better read through next time. Sharkfoot, where can people follow you on Twitter?
At Expellatron, same as it always is.
Scumbag, where can people find you?
At Scumbag Empire, as always.
All right.
Also never change.
Oh, on
What?
4chan, Samurai Jack ratings. It is a success. Yes.
But yeah, we even covered Samurai Jack in this episode. There's a lot of this was more of like less of like the last episode felt like it was a lot of like we just kind of acting. This was a very content heavy episode, but we had a lot of news to cover. But that's fine. But anyway, guys, I'm doing a Q&A video soon, so leave some questions in the comments if you have any questions for my Q&A video, any of my subscribers. Follow me on Twitter at @Vamian. I have a lot of videos coming out this week about different things. I might even do a video on this flag thing and cover some of the stuff, because there's some great footage of it that's really fucking funny. There's like one video where some guy chronicled the whole thing as like this 15-minute documentary about the whole thing playing out. And I swear to God, it deserves an Oscar.
Make a movie about that, honestly, that'd be a really nice movie.
That would be a funny movie. Like if you did a movie had like a Richard Linklater type film about the guys going to capture the flag. But I appreciate everyone listening, and the bastards. This is the second episode now with Sharkfoot, so it seems like we got our schedule figured out. So you'll probably hear from us again next Wednesday or Thursday when we do another episode. But thank you for listening. You assholes, please make sure to like this fucking video and subscribe to the goddamn channel so you can watch more of these awesome podcasts or listen. And you want to subscribe. Don't be a fucking asshole. You love the 3 of us. You get the 3 of us for the price of 1 subscription. I mean, it's a fucking great deal.
Order now, and he'll throw in a free "He Will Not Divide Us" T-shirt.
Yeah, for 3 easy payments of $39.95. But
Just push the goddamn button.
Just push the goddamn button.
Yeah, just push the goddamn button.
Big red letters flashing. Just push the damn button.
Push the
This is a
goddamn
lot
button.
harder than it seems. Okay, this is work.
All right, but I love you guys out there for listening. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Please listen to the podcast. We thank you guys out there for who do listen and do like it. And MAGA.